The deeply philosophic Sufis, who came here from Persia, met a fertile ground for their ideas to flower. It was a heady mixture. The divine grace of the ancient culture, as seen at Ajanta, the ecstasy of the Bhakti movement, and the mystical dreams of the Sufis of Persia. The result was a school of painting, which is one of the greatest ever. A school of painting which presents us with the beautiful world around, yet constantly lifts our souls to the divine above. The kingdoms of Ahmednagar, Bijapur and Golconda became centers of marvelous painting in the 16th century. 100 years of painting during the 16th and 17th centuries shone like a brilliant star on the horizon of Indian art and left an indelible impression on the history of painting. The cosmopolitan character of the Deccan court was reflected in the many influences that shaped the miniatures. Deccan artists used the Persian miniatures as models and adopted conventions such as the use of gold. The sense of fantasy in these paintings is heightened by the shimmering quality of the gold. Elements of Persian paintings and those from the indigenous tradition are held together by a brilliant poetry of the mind. Above all, the paintings are lyrical and graceful. What makes Deccan paintings extraordinary is something beyond technical perfection and poetic grace. These paintings achieve a heightened mood and atmosphere. Never do we get a glimpse of war or politics. Instead, there are images of lavish royal picnics, where we are invited to have an audience with the king. He sits on his throne listening to music, while all around him is the activity of laying out a sumptuous spread. The paintings of Bijapur transport us into an ethereal world. Here are dreamscapes. It is an enchanted land. The concern is not with photographic reality, but with an idealized beauty. Ibrahim Adil Shah II stands out as one of the great and humane rulers in Indian history. Even while the north of India was ruled by Emperor Akbar, here in the south was another great philosopher king, Ibrahim Adil Shah II. While Akbar created his universal faith, Deen-e-Ilahi, at Fatehpur Sikri, here at Bijapur, Ibrahim also transcended the barriers of any one religion. In the manner of a Hindu ascetic, he wore a necklace made of Rudraksh beads through most of his life. Ibrahim's entire reign is recorded in paintings as a series of moments of spiritual introspection. The king's figure is not one that instills fear or awe in us. Rather, we are drawn to this enigmatic and gentle human being who seems to be lost in a world of his own. Intense colors and visions of fantasy create a magical atmosphere in the works. The emphasis is not on realism, but rather on the creation of an ideal world in which we lose ourselves. The figures in these paintings are gentle. They exist in complete harmony with all that is around them. There are numerous paintings of Sufis, mystics, and ascetics.